Because I'm waiting for, what am I getting for lunch?
You'll get food. And you'll like it.
Will I? I'm sure I will. I like all food. You okay?
Yep.
Yep. Slowly dying.
Always.
Trap.
Oh.
Traposaurus. Don't break the internet.
I messed up.
That's okay. Fast on the kicks. Fast on the kicks.
Oh yeah.
It's good lighting though on those triceps.
What's up?
Boom.
Bam. Bam. Bam.
Look at that. You gotta tie shoe. You gotta lace up for them pull-ups. I'm not filming it.
Oh!
Hey guys, welcome back. It's been a long time since we've been on YouTube. We're happy to be back on here and giving you guys some good quality content. Just like before, we want to give you a sneak peek of what we do inside the gym. Chelsea and I are not full-time YouTubers, so this is not something that we do just solely to make a living. We want to give you guys a little bit of an insight as to what it looks like when we talk a lot about sports performance training, behavior training, all of the things that we do here with our clients and our athletes. We want to give you a little bit of an insight as to what that looks like on a day-to-day basis. Because again, we do run this brick and mortar gym, and we're here, we're open 15 hours a day. It's a long day, but it's a lot of fun. And so whenever we can, we want to put out some content so you guys can just see what's going on. So kind of like we did a year or so ago in our last round of YouTube videos, we put out a lot of content of, just what we do, just fun things going on in the gym, day-to-day activities, as well as what some of the programs look like. And so that's what you're going to see a little bit more of. It's going to be a little bit more detailed in terms of the stuff that you see before, after me talking here is going to be, what we do, like what the programs that we're writing currently and what I'm talking about, you're going to be seeing in those videos. So without any further delay, we're going to jump right into today's topic, which, if you read the caption, the things you need to do to ensure, to guarantee, we'll say, a success in your program, to guarantee to hit your goals. And that's, a very broad brush statement, but basically we try to guarantee you getting success. And we do that by a couple different ways. We use our success formula, which you've heard me talk about before, I think in some previous videos, but also if you've listened to my podcast, I've talked about this at length. But the main thing that we do whenever we meet with a client, whether it's an athlete going for a particular performance goal or an average gym goer who just wants to lose weight or gain a little muscle, get a little stronger, what we do is we sit down and we do a consultation and we put a formula on the board. And we tell them that this type of exercise is chosen for this reason. So it depends on what their goals are, but if we're going to pick a certain type of exercise, we'll tell them why we chose this exercise and how that type of exercise is going to change their physical appearance or their performance, whatever it is they're after. But we let them know how the nutrition and the rest, stress levels, all of that play a part. So we know that you've got to eat well, that you got to sleep well, and that you got to work out hard, right? And consistency is the key. Consistency on all three of those fronts is the key. And if we can do that, great. If we can't, we're probably not going to have the best results we could have. Not to say that we can't make progress, but we're not going to hit our top progress goals that we're trying to hit. So how do we ensure that we do? And that's the question. So what is it that we do that maybe not others do, or we do a little bit differently than others that we can guarantee success? And that is behavior change. And it seems easy. Some people call it motivation, which I'm fine with calling it motivation, however you want to look at it. I'll say a lot of trainers I've seen recently talk down on motivation, like you shouldn't be motivated. If you're not motivated, or you shouldn't have to get motivated or have an image that motivates you, that's not, you're not living up to, healthy standards. And I disagree. I think it's more if you have a picture of yourself that where you look the best or look the worst, negative or positive reinforcement, whatever helps get you going, helps make you make that, switch in your mind saying, all right, I'm going to get up and I'm going to do something today because I'm tired of the way I am. That's okay. I don't think it should have to be anything other than what speaks to you, and that could be a whole plethora of things. And you've heard me talk on the podcast a lot about different ways we use to motivate, but the baseline, bottom level, is we will pick a behavior change model based on what situation you as a client are in, and that could be a client or an athlete, and that could be that'll change from person to person and situation to situation. But there are certain behavior change models that we use. Trans-theoretical model, social cognitive theory, diffusion of innovation, health belief model. These are some of the basic ones that we've used. And if you want to know more about those, again, check out our podcasts. I've done full hour-long podcasts on these topics that kind of dive deep into what they are and how to put them into practice. But the idea is, if you as the client or as the athlete are communicating with your trainer, that you're having trouble staying on task, staying up for it mentally, or having trouble, with certain roadblocks that come up in your daily life, and that's probably the more common theme that we see, is that we have people that run into certain things that they do on a regular basis that throw them off of their game. And once that happens, their motivation goes down. And it goes down because we're not building that self-efficacy. And the self-efficacy is the main thing. And if you're not familiar with that term, basically it's just your belief in yourself and in your ability to get something done, or your ability to accomplish something. So it's not exactly tied to your self-esteem or your self-worth. It may be indirectly. For example, I'm a fairly confident person, but my self-efficacy as far as, say, playing the trumpet is pretty low. I can't do it. I don't know how to play the trumpet. But that doesn't affect my self-esteem. I don't think poorly of myself because I can't play the trumpet. However, if I learned to play the trumpet and I got good at it and people complimented me on it, that might raise my self-esteem. So you see how it's indirectly related? The thought being, if we can have small victories here and there and build and build and build on that self-efficacy, the belief in yourself to be able to get it done, to be able to achieve your goal, gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, to the point where nothing gets in your way. And you might get thrown off your game, but you'll know how to get right back on, because we're going to help build strategies. Let me give you one quick example. If, let's say, and I'm going to use, I won't use names, but this is an example we've seen in our gym, is we've had people that gave us a food log, and they're trying to lose weight, and we're looking at what they're eating, we know what they're doing exercise-wise, and they're still not losing weight. There could be other medical things going on, but we look a little deeper, maybe have them do another food diary. We look into exactly everything that they're putting in their mouth. And a lot of times it has to do with just mindless snacking. Things that they're doing that when they look back, well, I had this for dinner, this for an official snack, and this for lunch, and this breakfast. They may not have remembered that they had 30 chips with guac and a beer while they cooked their healthy dinner. So we've identified the roadblock, and identifying it's great, but how do you get past that roadblock? Well, in this case, you could easily say put all of that junk food on the bottom shelf, and just by putting it on the bottom shelf doesn't handle it, because it's there, you put it there, right? But when you open up your pantry and you're looking for your chips or whatever, and you're like, oh yeah, they're on the bottom, I put them there so that I wouldn't go to them. That decision to close the pantry door and move on is a small little victory. And you build enough of those small little victories, and that totally changes your self-efficacy. You're like, I can do this. I can make this change. That's no longer going to be a roadblock. Now, there's going to be a million other roadblocks, right? Unfortunately. But that's how we use these behavior change models to make sure that you do achieve your goals. And when we can do that, we usually have success. So when we put it together, we can control the exercise, and we can tell you how it's going to change you. And we can tell you how sleeping the right amount will give you the energy to work out at the intensity that you need to make the change. And then that you also need to sleep so that you have time to recover and rebuild from the intense workouts that you've done. All of that goes together, and then if you can have a strategy to get around any roadblock that comes your way, you're going to hit your goal. Hope that helps. And if you want a little bit more information and want me to go a little bit deeper on that, hit me below on the comments, and I'll be happy to either respond right there in the comments, or if we need to talk a little bit further somewhere else, we can do that. Don't turn until you land. There you go. Yeah.